When people hear the name Henry VIII, they usually think of one thing: his 6 wives. But we're not gonna talk about that. While his marriages are only half the story, what if I told you that there were moments of his life that shaped the king he became? Moments that not many people talk about. Henry was the second son of King Henry VII. It was his older brother Arthur who was raised for the throne. But Arthur suddenly died in 1502, and from that moment, everything changed. Henry became next in line to the throne, a role he was never truly prepared for. It was something he had only studied in theory, but not in practice. Then at just 17 years old, Henry became King Henry VIII of England. We all know Henry VIII was obsessed with having a son, and that's often explained as the main reason he had so many wives. But if we look a little deeper, his fears start to make sense. Henry's father, King Henry VII, became king after winning the Wars of the Roses. This meant the Tudor dynasty was still new and fragile, and since his brother Arthur had died, Henry was the only surviving male of the Tudor line. Henry believed if he died without having a son, England could fall back into chaos, and rival noble families would fight over the crown once again. While female rulers were not impossible, they were deeply controversial at the time. To Henry, a male heir gave stability and legitimacy for his dynasty. In his early years, Henry was charismatic and athletic. He loved music, poetry, hunting, and most of all, jousting. Then something happened. In 1536, Henry joined a jousting match. During the match, Henry was hit and thrown from his horse. Then, his armored horse fell directly on top of him. Henry was unconscious for 2 hours, and many believed he was dead. He survived the accident, but since then, his health declined rapidly. He gained weight and had painful leg ulcers that never healed. People at court also noticed that Henry became angrier and unpredictable. Although it cannot be medically proven, many historians believe the accident changed him physically and mentally. Known as the Renaissance Prince, Henry felt he needed to be master in everything. Besides music, sports, and poetry, Henry also wanted to master the sciences, especially medicine. In 1518, Henry founded the Royal College of Physicians to make sure doctors were licensed and to prevent malpractice. The obsession started after Henry's jousting accident, which left him in constant pain from his leg ulcers. When none of his doctors could heal him, he decided to make his own ointments. It is said that he used a lot of dangerous chemicals like lead and mercury in his treatments, which likely made his condition worse. Historians believe these toxic substances contributed to his late-life paranoia and declining health. Besides his ointments, he also created the Book of Remedies, written between 1540 and 1545. It contains over 100 recipes created by the King Majesty himself. So what can we learn from this? Henry VIII did not become the king people fear overnight. He was shaped by pressure he never expected, a dynasty he felt responsible for, and a body that slowly failed him. The crown gave him power, but it also trapped him in fear, and that fear followed him for the rest of his life.